Hello, everyone. This is Marcus with Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. Today, I just want to just simply talk about aquarium fish and community tanks and things of that nature. Now, when it comes to aquarium fish and community tanks, all fish are not compatible with each other. Like, take for instance, tiger barbs are community fish, but you can't mix tiger barbs with an angelfish or maybe gouramis or bettas, right? And gouramis are bettas, and angelfish are community fish, but you can't particularly mix them with other kind of community fish either. African cichlids, mabuna can be considered, and peacocks can be considered community fish, but only in their own environment. And that's what I'm getting at today. So we just can't mix any kind of fish together and think it's okay. And that's why you have to do your research when it comes to fish. That's why you have to do your research when it comes to what kind of fish you can keep together. You can take, for instance, small emerald rasboras or galaxy rasboras. They're community fish, but I would not put them in a tank with these larger tetras, you see, because it could possibly be a problem. Pygmy cories are community fish, but I have a bad feeling that these tetras will pick at them so bad that they would kill them. And so, when it comes to community fish, we just have to make sure we get the right combinations. That's why I say do your research and just don't throw in any kind of fish that says community on it. Do your research, make sure the fish are compatible for a community aquarium. Now, with that all said and do, I want to talk about specifically today a Pacific fish in my aquarium. Let's see if I can get down here. This is my 90-gallon aquarium. Did you see that fish back there in the background? I'm going to be talking about bleeding heart tetras. See, there's a bleeding heart tetra. There's a bleeding heart tetra. There's a bleeding heart tetra. So I've got about, I think, 5 bleeding heart tetras in this tank. Now, bleeding heart tetras are some of the most beautiful tetras that you could possibly purchase. They can be considered a good community fish in the right environment. Bleeding heart tetras can be a bit fin nippy, and they are, in my opinion, they say a schooling fish, but I don't believe, unless maybe if you got a large tank, a very large tank, and maybe like 20 or 25 of them, and you got some larger fish in there that's larger than they are, where they feel like they have to school. But to me, these fish are more of a shoaling fish. They do like to be around other fish in their own kind, but they can be quite a bit aggressive too. They're mildly aggressive, I would say. They will, chase other fish. They will kind of squabble with each other. I've even had a male to even, because I only got 5 of them, to even claim a little territory as his own. But they are very beautiful fish. Now, as far as their upkeep and keeping them, I find that they are kind of hardy, but not as hardy as, let's say, like that black skirt tetra. These bleeding hearts are somewhat hardy. I have had some difficulty just getting them to look this good in my water quality. These guys came down with ick. I think I started out with 7 or 8, and I think I lost like 3 of them. Now I only got 5. These guys like softer water, really, to be honest about it, and pH. I would say pH, a neutral pH about between probably 6.4 and 7.0 is good for them. My pH is nowhere near that. My pH is like 8.0. My water is hard. I got calcium water. So it took a while for me to get these guys healthy, to get these guys looking just that great. I mean, look at the colors on him. To look just that great, The camera's not even doing it justice. But these are some really, really good looking fish if you can get them, work with them. If you have hard water, they can adapt and deal with hard water. They will never, ever breed in hard water. You have to have softer water for them to breed in a lower pH. But they are great fish. They are excellent fish. I like them. But I would advise that you quarantine them and that you have medicine on hand for these fish, because you will definitely probably end up having to treat them from time to time. But they are definitely beautiful fish worth trying out, maybe in their own tank, to make sure that you can get them healthy and strong. But once they get adapted and once they get healthy and strong, these fish will live quite a bit of while in your tank. I've had these for over 2 years now, and they have been doing just fine. The first one, when I first got them, like I said, I lost a few to fungus or a bacterial disease, but these here now, they have adapted and have been doing quite well in my tank. So I just wanted to let you know that these are some great fish, and maybe from time to time I just talk about different kind of species that I have in my tank. Okay, we'll just keep on hacking.